Here it is. We're in the 1% though. That goes from north to south in a single day. That's epic. Check this out, guys. Look at this sick view.
Are you ready?
Yo YouTube, what's up? It's Triple P. How you guys doing? Alright guys, in this video we're going to do a tutorial video. We're jumping back on that bandwagon. And we're going to do a tutorial video of the geocaching.com website. We're going to kind of go through the ins and the outs of the website, checking out the different features. With that said, all the features that I'm going to be showing you are going to be premium member features. So if you don't have a premium member account, the features are going to look different for what you have versus what I'm showing you on the website. We're going to try and find some stuff on there that maybe is a little more hidden or maybe not as common knowledge as some of the other stuff. And we're just going to break it down. It's going to be a very simple tutorial covering basically the whole website. Let's check it out. Let's dive it in together. Here we go. Okay guys, so right here, when you pull up geocaching.com, this is what it will start with. It kind of gives you this little introduction video in the background that you see playing on here. At the top right corner, we have the English section. If you speak something other than English, these are all your current languages that geocaching is available in. If you click on login, that's where you would type in your username and your password if you already have an account. Or if you're new and you want to make an account, you can go to sign up right there. Also, I have a tutorial on how to make a geocaching.com account. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I'll leave a link for you in the description. If we scroll down a little bit, it gives you like 3 steps to begin your adventure. And then if you go down even further, it's got like Geocaching 101, where you can learn about geocaching. And then getting started is how to find your first geocache. Down here at the bottom is merchandise if you want to buy some geocaching.com merchandise. That is where you would go. Now that I have signed in, let's take a look at what the page looks like after you've signed in. So you'll notice it changed a little bit. Right down here in the middle, they've got an advert for premium membership. Let's go down a little bit further. If you're a premium member, you'll have these things come up where you can click on traditional caches, the newest caches in your area, and then the caches with the most favorite points. These are all hyperlinked, so you click on those, boom, it's going to take you immediately right to it. If you go over here to the right of your name, you'll see this little arrow here where it gives you settings, help center, and sign out. If you're like, well, I'm done for the day, I'm going to sign out, perfect. Go ahead and click that button. You'll notice that to the left of your name, there's 2 things. There's an avatar, which you can put up there, whatever little tiny picture you want. And then over there, further to the left, is a little messaging system. So you'll know if you have a message because you'll see like a little yellow dot that appears that you have an unread message. That's how you know if you have a message or not. If you click on this, it takes you back to the website. So that's the home link. Let's click on play and see what happens. So you can go to log a geocache. You can click on hide a geocache. I can go to my dashboard. If I have any lists up and running, I can click on that. If you want to log trackables, I've already done a video on trackables. I've already done a video on lists as well. If you're interested in geotours, you know, maybe you really want to get those geotours out there, you can go do that. Pocket queries, I've done a video on pocket queries, so I'm not going to really spend a lot of time on those. But these are all located under the Play tab. You'll see there's View Map and there's View Browse Map. If you click on View Map, it's going to give you the caches just in that little area of the map. And it's not going to give you all of them. And if you cascade with the map, it will reload and give you new ones. It's not the greatest feature. If you click on View Browse Map, it gives you all the geocaches in the area, and they all pop up at once. Where the View Map, it does not do that. If you click on Community and Shop, these take you someplace different. We're not going to really worry about those. Let's go ahead and click on our avatar. So from here, this is what the screen is going to look like. If you want the alternate version, you click on Go to a New Dashboard. Now, this is the same like layout as the previous page. It's just laid out differently. All your options are still here. They're just laid out differently. And so this is not my preferred method. So we're going to use the old page, which is my preferred method. So the rest of this video is going to be taking place on how to find things using the old page. All right, guys. So we're back on the page here. And a lot of times people are wondering, well, how do you find your friends list? And how do you find the leaderboard? I know I had to ask that to a friend of mine at one point, and they kind of walked me through it. It's really not as complicated as you might think, but it definitely starts off with the Your Friends hyperlink right here. So let's go ahead and click on that. The initial list right here, these are all the people that I am geocaching.com friends with. You'll see it tells you there's 16. If you click on pending friend request, if you click on this tab here, you have no pending friends at this time. If you did have a friend request that was pending, this is where you would find it. You can either click over here on accept or decline if you did have somebody send you a geocaching.com friend request. So here we go. You'll see right up here to the right, it says get modded with, and then your leaderboard is hyperlinked. So we're going to click on that and find out where you stand. So right now, I have 381 points, and I am in second place. My friend Little Pod is in first. If you click on his name, you'll kind of see where he's at. The TB right here, these are travel bugs. And then anything with a GC code is just a geocache. If you go down a little further, you can see he did a couple adventure labs. I know that because it says found an adventure location, but also adventure labs don't have GC codes. So that's how I know. Now, if you're like, well, I wonder what he did, I want to click on one of these caches. You can click on that and you can read his log. You can find out where that cache is. You can see what he said about it. If you just kind of hold it, you can also drag it up here and drop it in a new window, and it will pop up in a new window. That way you don't lose the window that you're in. But yeah, it gives you a list of all the geocaching that he has done since the scoreboard has reset. If you want to know about the scoring, you just click on about the scoring and we'll tell you about it. Over here to the right is the how many hours and minutes are left before the scoreboard resets to zeros. You can click on see more and it will show you the rest of your list for all the people who have or have not found geocaches during the restricted time on the clock up here to the right. Alright guys, within this page right here, there's a lot of information. The one that probably stands out the most, that people visit the most, is statistics. So if you're a premium member, you have a statistic page. Let's go ahead and click on that. The geocaching.com website gives you some basic stuff. So you can see right here, I have a 3-day geocaching streak. My longest slump is 63 days, where I didn't find a geocache. My best streak is 1,000 days. My find rate is basically like 6.5 caches per day. My best day, now that's most caches found in a day, is 213. My best month is 594 in December of 2022. My best year is 3,713 caches in 2022. Down here is the find rate by month. If you just kind of scroll along here, you'll see you can click on basically any month that you want from the time you started geocaching to the current month that you're in. If we kind of scroll in here a little bit, zoom in, this is December of 2023. I have 313 finds this month. If you go down a little bit more, this is just like your cumulative finds per month. It's just like a graph. It kind of gives you an idea of where you're at and the amount that you've jumped from one month to the next. Down here is your yearly breakdown. So far I've found 3,340 caches in 2023, and this is my find rate. I'm at about 9.3 caches per day. Here's your calendar. The calendar is often used for geocaching challenge caches. If you go scroll down a little further, you'll see the basic statistics of every type of geocache that is out there, from adventure labs all the way up to traditional caches. This gives you a breakdown of how many you have found of each type, and to the right of that, the percentage out of all the cache finds that I have, which is like 27,926, 77% of that are traditional caches. So that means I find traditional caches the most out of all the finds that I've got. If you scroll down a little further, it gives you container types. It tells you kind of the same thing, like how many large caches you found and the percentage that you have found that are large caches. If you go down here, you go down to the difficulty and terrain grid. The little badge here on the right, that tells you how many times you have filled your fizzy grid. Now your fizzy grid is pretty easy to read. You just take the smallest number on the grid. So my smallest number is 30. The cool thing about this grid, though, that a lot of people don't know, that is if you click on any one of these, it will bring up a list of geocaches in your area that have that specific combination rating. So like, let's say I'm looking for a 5 difficulty 3 terrain. Let's go ahead and click on that. So the closest 5-3 is someone get this log out, it hurts. It was found on 6/19/2022. It was placed on 2/12/2023. It does need maintenance. It is a large container. It's a multi-cache, but it is a 5-3. Right up here is your average difficulty, average terrain. So my average difficulty is 1.9. My average terrain is 1.88. That's about right. Now going down even further, it gives you like the furthest away from your home location and then the distance defines. So this is all on the basic premium member of the geocaching.com website. If you click on maps, it brings up something a little bit different. It gives you all the countries that you've cached in. So I've got United States, Canada, Germany, and Sweden. Then it has the United States map, and to the right of that, you'll see it has all the stuff from all the states that I've ever cached in. So I've cached in all 50 states, from Ohio to Hawaii to Alaska, all the way down to New Jersey. I only have 2 finds in New Jersey, but I have 2 or more caches in all 50 states. Now you'll see it says 51. Why would it say 51? Because it's counting DC. It counts DC. Right here is Canada. I've only cached in Ontario, Providence. That's it. Caches found in Europe, Germany, and Sweden. That's this map. If you click on milestones, it only goes up to 20,000. Okay, after that, the geocaching.com website does not give you milestones past 20,000. If you want to know what your milestones are after 20,000, you can check on mygeocachingprofile.com and it will give you the ones that you're missing. Okay guys, so we're back on the page again, and we're going to continue exploring the different features that are located up here. So if you're interested in doing trackables, you can click on trackable items, or you can click on trackable yours. And if you click on trackable yours, it gives you all the geocaching travel bugs that you have like ever owned or bought or started or sent out or whatever. I like travel bugs, don't get me wrong, but the biggest problem with them is they're not taken care of properly. People lose them, they forget to log them, they get stolen, people keep them. There's a huge list about a mile long of the number of things that could possibly go wrong with the travel bug. Travel bugs, they go missing frequently, and it is a frustration for a lot of people because they really spend quite a bit of money on these things, and they want to send them out in good faith, and sometimes they don't come back or they get lost, and some people are very concerned about their travel bugs. If you click on trackable inventory, all right, let's click on that. That's just going to show you the inventory that is currently on, like the ones you currently own. All right, I only have 3 at the moment, and all 3 of those are just chilling. Trackables collection, let's click on that. It says the trackables collection is a list of trackables that you have removed from circulation. You can select move to inventory if you would like to send the trackable on another journey. There are no trackables in your collection. So that's trackables in a nutshell. If you go to play and click on trackables, you can log a trackable that way. I'm not going to go into how to do that because I actually already made a video about that specifically. So you guys can check out that in the description, or yeah, that link will be there in the description. Okay, so we have another section to dive into. After the trackables, we've done statistics, we've done trackables. Let's go over here to souvenirs. Now, geocaching.com gives out souvenirs frequently, actually, and they have a specific spot specifically for souvenirs, and it's very easy to find. All you have to do is click on souvenirs, and it's going to load them up, and it will give you any souvenir that you have ever earned since the time you started geocaching to the current date. Now, you get a lot of souvenirs for a lot of different reasons. The very first geocache you find in the United States, you get a souvenir for that. If you do a geocache on like International Geocaching Day, you usually will get a souvenir for that. If you find a geocache in a new state, you will get a souvenir for that. Sometimes they're promotional, Like in 2013, they gave out a souvenir for every single day that you found a geocache in August. International Earth Cache Day. That's a good example. This one right here. All you got to do is find an Earth cache on International Earth Cache Day, and it will give you a souvenir. Some of these other ones are just kind of random, like 15 years of geocaching, fun with favorites. Like, if you click on some of these, it will actually describe what the souvenir, like how you got it, and like what it was for. So let's click on Fun with Favorites. Favorite points are a geocache's way of figuring out which geocaches are the best of the best. You earn this souvenir during the Geocaching Road Trip 15 by finding a geocache with 10 or more favorite points. So all I had to do was find one geocache with 10 favorite points or more, and that's how I got that souvenir. The Mary Hyde's Treasure, that was a big thing in 2017. That was a promotional thing. A lot of these are promotionals, and you know, that's okay. The Planetary Pursuit in 2018. I did the Butler County Donut Trail, so that's a specific one. And I also hit a couple geocaches this year, and I found a geocache today to get the Farewell to 2023 postcard souvenir. Up here to the right is how many total souvenirs you have, so you don't even have to count them. The website counts them for you. Alright guys, let's check out the recently viewed section on the geocaching.com website. It'll take you to a very lovely list. And they used to have this type of layout, but they don't really have it anymore. It takes you to a different page, but this layout is this is my preferred layout, honestly, because if you just click on this, it gives you, it gives you the title of the cache, it gives you the state that it's in, it gives you the GC code. Right here, it gives you the cache owner, it gives you the difficulty and terrain rating, it tells you the date that it was placed, and then it tells you the last time it was found. Now, you'll notice, if you look really closely, there's a green one and there's a black one. The green writing means the date that you found it, The black one is the last found date by somebody else. You had a GC code, you could literally just type it in right here. Let's do GC25. Boom, hit go, and it's going to take you, it will actually bring up the cache page right there for that specific geocache. Now you can see that I found this on September 6th, 2022. You can kind of see where people are at. Let's check out Geocaches Yours. So if you click on Geocaches Yours, this is going to give you the list of every single geocache that I have ever placed. And it will also give you the difficulty and terrain, the date you placed it, and the last person to found it. Most of my caches have been archived, and that's okay. I've got like 4 active, and that's okay. And then I have an Ohio Borders Fizzy Challenge cache. I'm going to drag that and put it up here. I'm going to show it to you. All you have to do is find all 81 combinations from any one state that border Ohio. So you got Indiana, Michigan, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Kentucky. You'll see here that Ohio doesn't count. So if you have a Fizzy in Ohio, it doesn't count. Really quick, this checker here, all right, the 92, that's the difficulty rating for how hard it is to qualify for this. 56 people have qualified, 148 have not qualified. Now you can click on dashboard, or you can click on the back arrow, and it takes you right back to where we just were. Alright guys, we have maybe one section left, but it's a real doozy. We're going to click on geocaches. Not yours, but geocaches. It automatically brings up your logs for what you did, like today, and what you have already accomplished, and it gives you, I think it says 15, so it gives you your 15 most recent finds. They come up on here, but the things I want to focus on are the top part of these. If you want to know your oldest DNF that is still active, that you have not gone to find yet, this is where you go to find it. You just click on did not find. What it's going to do is it's going to propagate the search for every cache from the time you started geocaching to the most recent year of the most recent DNF. It's going to show those right here in one long list. Now, a couple things. You'll see that like this one, Hearts of Madison Grant, I DNF'd it. However, It has a red line through it, which means the cache has been archived. So I cannot go back and try and find it. And so now I'm going to scroll down because I've been geocaching a long time. I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom because these are all the DNFs I've ever logged. Now you'll see Parkview right here is still active. I DNF'd it on 5/26/2012. So let's open it up. And I have found it. I found it on January 8th, 2014. So this is my most outstanding DNF for the longest period of time. I mean, it's 2012. It's currently 2023. This cache is still sitting there. It's still active. I have not been back to try and find it. So this is where you would go to find your most outstanding DNF that you never have avenged. There's all kinds of other stuff in here. If you want to know, like, webcam photo taken, like which webcams have you done, here's a list right here. All right, this will give you every single webcam. It will also give you the state of the webcam. So I've got one in Maryland, in Michigan, in Mississippi, in Iowa, Wisconsin, Kansas, West Virginia, Indiana, Alabama, South Carolina, Washington, D.C. If you click on Will Attend, this gives you all the events where you have logged will attend. And, of course, they're all archived because... Also over here, it tells you what state you've been in. I've done an event in Ohio, Michigan, Illinois, Kansas, West Virginia, Nebraska. It's pretty good. Found it here. It will give you a list of every single geocache you have ever found. Okay? Going all the way back to when you first started. That's right here. So if you're like, oh, I need to know my number one find, you can find that under your milestones in the statistics part, or you can wait for the cache page to load right here, and you can find it right here as well. If you click on Show Archive, let's take a look at this. These are specifically your geocaches that you have placed that have been archived. If you clicked on Enable Listing, this will be all the caches that at one point when you enabled them. So that's that list there. Reviewer attention requested. I'm not really sure what this is. Let's take a look at it. Oh, these are like caches that you have put in for needs archived. Yeah, so like if you don't like a cache or you want it archived, here it is. This is where it comes up at. Owner attention requested. If you've ever requested that a cache like needs maintenance or something, or the owner needs to come out and look at it, there's the list here. As you can see, I've requested the owner should come look at it for quite a few geocaches. Post reviewer note. That gives you this here. I mean, I guess these are just reviewer notes that you have posted. Not really sure about that. Let's take a look at one of these from 5/18/2013. Let's see, the cache Triple B, not worth the hassle. I took the container back and I used it to hide it in another spot. Here we go. So this is the conversations between me and the reviewer in Missouri. And because I couldn't get it published, because this guy was doing whatever, he was giving me a hard time, I just went ahead and archived it. Here's your submit for review section. Again, I submitted this for review. They never got published. Temporarily disabled listings. Here they are here. All my caches when they were temporarily disabled. Again, red line through it means archived. But there's so much in here that a lot of times you can find what you're looking for right here on the geocaches section. So again, that's just, you click on lists, which is the only thing we really haven't explored. It brings up a list of all the stuff, the different things that I've got going on here, things that I've been checking out, and I've made a bunch of lists. The green bar is how many you have found out of how many are actually in the list. Alright guys, this has been a very long video. I hope it's been extremely informative. We do have one section left, and it's the filters section. Let's go ahead and click on that. This is kind of like a pocket query, but it's a little different than the pocket query. I'm just going to do a very quick like overview of this. Down here, I guess the cool thing is, like, let's say you wanted to know when somebody found some caches. So we're going to type in my friend Little Pod. It's going to load up. We want to see what caches he found on, I'm just going to pick a date, the December 21st. You need to be more specific. All the DT ratings are over here. If you want to know, like, if you want to know if it's traditional caches, yada, yada, yada. You can click on all those, but let's just hit apply down here at the bottom. And we know he already found caches on the 21st because we saw it in his list. So here's what he did. I will say, usually this leaves off 1 or 2 geocaches, so it's not perfect. Know that because I searched for somebody else's geocaching list that they found on a specific date, and it didn't show up for the cache that they had logged online for that date, and it didn't show up in this search. It was really weird, but it's not a perfect search, but it will give you an idea. So if you wanted to replicate his list, or you wanted to replicate what he has done, you can go and find the exact same caches that he has done. We're going to clear out the username here. The find date, if you see there's a couple options down here, you can do after, before, between, or on. I like to pick on because that gives you the specifics of what you're looking for. Within here, you can do a keyword search. The geocaching name contains. Let's see if it contains the word cemetery, for example, that I have found by me. If you don't want a specific date, you can click on any date, like this here, apply, and it's going to bring up a huge list, a humongous list of geocaches that have the word cemetery in the title. So this is a quick way to look at those old challenge caches where it says, find the number, you need to have 100 caches with the word cemetery in the title to qualify for my challenge. Well, this is a quick pocket query search right here using the filters. And clearly you can see that I found 554 geocaches with the word cemetery in the title. So if the requirement is only 100, I'm good. If there's something I left out or you guys want me to go back and look at, just leave a comment below and I can try and help you figure out, specifically where to go to find what you're looking for. Alright guys, that was an extensive video on the geocaching.com website. That covered basically every single feature on the website. It kind of showed you where some of those hidden things were. I hope you learned something from the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are trying to reach 300 subs. We'll probably get it by sometime early 2024. So if you're not a Geocaching with Triple P subscriber, I really hope you'll consider subscribing so we can reach that sub goal of 300 subs. I'll see you guys out on the trail. Have a good one.